I have been fascinated by the three previous speakers. I do have to say my own thing, but I cannot speak further without first recognizing the single thread which has been through each of the presentations that have been made. And the single thread is that you have to do your own thing, and you have to do it in the best possible way, and you have to do it yourself. This also forms the foundation, what I wish to share with you after having taught for 40 years. I did start by teaching at university level. There were postgraduates and there were graduates, and teaching them was quite an experience, very different to the job which I have been doing in the last 10 years. I did get fed up because all they wanted was 5 questions. They wanted to know which reference to context passage was more important than the other. And if they could get somebody else to write the examination for them by paying a bribe and sitting at someone's house and getting very compliant examiners to accept forged papers, they would do that as well. And then I came to school, my second job, La Martiniere, which Mr. Devan just now referred to. And I started by looking after children who were 17, 18, and some who are just 4. And in 10 years, I have seen the way in which what happens at postgraduate level where they want 5 questions and nothing else. And some of you are looking terribly embarrassed because you've done the same thing. Why did we eventually end up with the 5-question formula? And how is it to be different, if it is to be different, with the little ones who are coming in at the age of 4 into my school today? Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Devan told me that the theme for this evening's program was a new era. And she said, you know, the usual stuff, we've been through COVID and we haven't met and so on and so forth. And, we need to give hosla to people and that kind of thing. And I agreed with her. Then I asked, what do you want me to do? Because I don't have a story to tell you. The golfer story was wonderful. Okay? This guy who's been meeting every single fancy person in the world, I hope you will shake my hand after this as well. Okay? So, Muzaffar Ali has been running around with Rekha, right? And I have been teaching little boys in school. What have I learnt? It is not my story. It is the story of Lucknow. It is the story of the parents of Lucknow. It is the story which I hope you will take back to your children, or you will review the role of your children and the work that your children have done as they have been growing up till eventually they are out of school. Listen. The new era that we have is an era that does not recognize that there are distinctions, class distinctions, financial distinctions, distinctions in ability for young people, for children today. We have the fancy ones, generally moneyed, who will be able to buy positions in the best of institutions either in India or abroad. Oh, my son is in so-and-so university, my son is in so-and-so university. Okay. He did get a bursary, but you know, we turned it down. Whoever does that. Alright? So, you can pay for it, and so you get it. We have the middle class, the solid, hard-working guys who really struggle. The one who told me that his mother was a teacher and who looked after two sons, one a little wayward and the other schizophrenic. That is the soul of India. And then we have, unfortunately, the people whom government must look after. They sometimes do. But those in the schools in the villages, I read this morning, that only 77%, if I'm not wrong, of schools were refurbished. What happened to the other 33? We don't know. Alright, we're not very sure of what happened to them. But only so much was done by a government for children who have neither background, who have neither finances, and who don't have the kind of well-heeled parenting that is required to achieve many things in life. So this is one reality which I want to present to you. My school deals with largely the second category and some of the first, and all the children are welcome. More recently, we have been able to take in street children who are leading in rugby, leading in boxing, leading in swimming, not doing brilliantly in academics, but reasonably enough, but who cannot afford an excursion, who cannot afford a new pair of shoes, who cannot afford the simplest of things like a treat in the canteen. This is also reality. Why do I mention this? Not to create a sob story for you, because we see much worse in the streets of Lucknow. But within the gamut of experience that we can make a difference in, within this, what is the distressing things which we notice, which fits in with the three previous speakers and what they said. Today, either you have to do things, or we want our children to do things because we have provided them privilege. We have given them a sense of entitlement. And we do not want our children, or do not even allow our children, to work for it. It doesn't happen. We had online classes. Many of you have children who are school going. How many mothers sat and did those tests? How many mothers had to wake up children, at least put on your tie and shirt to sit in front of a camera? It doesn't matter if you're in the raw below that. Look at it. Beta, I will do your project work. You haven't done it? We will get a message from the school. Come on, let me do it for you quickly. What has he learned? And this is the child that you want to be able to look after you in your old age. Forget it. Forget it. Okay? It's not happening. We will be able to do things only so that our CV looks a little better. I have some of my senior most students, smart, good to look at, they're actually healthy, they're well dressed, and they will come to me with the most fantastic ideas. Well, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this. Flash in the pan. Why? Once we've done it once, it comes onto our CV, which is then useful for my admission into a college abroad. How will it be sustained? What is the next program that you will do? Also, somebody else will do it. What are we seeing? Are you ready to work for things? And the answer is unfortunately no. And unfortunately, it is because we as parents not only encourage this kind of thing, we do it for them. It is a little sad. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we talk about great success in life, the one thing which is common is that every successful or non-successful person was first a child. Remember, this is the unifying force. Everyone started as a child. What you put into that child comes from parents. How you have trained that child comes from parents. Both the good and the bad. There are wonderful things which also happen. I have a boy in my school who at the moment is doing class 12. He used to come very high up in class till class 7. Had a most traumatic accident in which members of the family also died. This boy survived. He has no motor control. He has speech difficulties and impediments, but his brain works sharply. We sometimes find it difficult to get him an amanuensis to write an examination for him. But there again, parents have fitted in, and the mother refuses to do things for him. She allows him to do it himself till now he has become independent enough to demand, don't interfere in my work, I will do it in whatever way I do. Now, the lad received an award from college, which we don't give every year. It is given to the most exceptional of cases as and when they come up for inspiration for the rest of the children. And the chief guest tried to come down the steps to give him the award, but he told the chief guest, kind of, wait, he is a young chap also. And he walked up very slowly, with great difficulty, but with so much dignity, was able to do that. Why? He set his own goals. And the parents did not step in to say, beta, main kar leta hu tumhare liye. Okay? Let me do your test for you. And why can I speak with authority on this? Because recently we had the first offline test after COVID. The children got 90 on 100 in the online tests. They got 7 on 100 in the offline test. Some of you whose children are with me and who are probably looking a little awkwardly here and there, don't worry, I won't be taking names, who are looking a little awkwardly, had to also sign a kind of undertaking that though we appreciate that the college has given general promotion, since the child has not been able to make the standards of academic merit which are required, next year I am not going to complain when my son is kept down, because kept down he will be. What is the point we are making again? Allow your children to do their own thing, to make their mistakes, okay? To fail when they must, rather than to say, saal waste ho jayega. Look at the boy Prasann, who was off school for 2 years and has now come back. Saal waste ho jayega, 2 saal waste hue. But the child is alive. And the child will struggle, but the child will be independent to the extent that he can be. साल वेस्ट हो जाएगा, नंबर अच्छे मिलने चाहिए. Think of those families who have lost children to COVID. Okay? Let that year go. Your child was safe. But somehow adults, I'm not talking of children, because how we were brought up, how you were brought up, you will all say, oh, it's very different now, it's very different now. Why is it different? Because you and I have messed it up. We are not allowing them to do their own thing. And all this, the rights of the child, empowerment, these are only fancy words, thinking out of the box. There must be a paradigm shift. Okay, I'm sure you've heard all these words. They sound so lovely when I hear them in my office. But when you eventually ask, look, what do you want? Please promote my child. Right? So you have all these fancy things happening. Where does it eventually come down to? The new era that we want, we are messing it up because we have messed it up for them. Major complaint. Children are all the time on the telephone. They are all the time on video games. Who created those video games? The children or the generation before? Or 2 generations before, the granddads? Right? So think about it. You now don't want them to do this, this, this and this. But we made our money out of it. And you can do this provided we are able to find some other system for you to be, in inverted commas, successful. Where is the meaningful success? When I first heard these 2 words together, I thought that it was kind of tautology, because meaningful and success was the same. But as I listened to the speaker, I realized that success is what the world sees as achievement. But meaningful is what makes a difference to you. What are we doing for our kids? What are we going to commit to our children? For some of us, it may be too late. You see, my child is already in so-and-so place. My child is doing this, my child is doing that. You will relive that life with your grandchildren, and you will be able to see the way in which monsters are developed. And I don't say this flippantly. I say it with all seriousness. If you've messed up by not allowing your own children to do their own thing and to find wherever they have to be in life, your grandchildren are going to be a tad worse. Right? Understand? We think it very fashionable to say that my child is very talented. My child is very intelligent. Right? My child is, every single positive adjective that you can use, my child has. The sun shines out of his backside. Right? But the fact of the matter is, even if he is so, are we creating a generation and a system of meritocracy which is as bad as an aristocracy? My child, because he has this very great merit, he will get into this college and then do this thing and then do that thing, and then he will marry another girl who will be also of the same category, and their children will automatically be catapulted to yet something better and something better. Where are the good husbands? Where are the good friends? Where do we teach people to be good at their work, inspired, good musicians, do their own thing? No, everybody must merit. हमारे बच्चे तो बहुत meritorious हैं. How the hell does your son's merit bother me? Especially when he's 4. Okay? He knows A to Z. 1 to 100 counting and writing. Oh, Baba Black Sheep bhi suna do. Now, that's not what we want. Is he a happy child? Does he play? Is he dreaming? Is he expressing himself? Is he learning language, whatever the language of the home may be, and doing the best that he can? That we're not very bothered about. Instead, I will bring so many certificates for a child who may be in class 3, ki zara announce kar dijiye assembly pe. What for? If the school sent him, and if he's done well, it is a matter of so much pride for me to do it. You don't need to tell me to do it. Okay? He is mine. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for the school. Okay? So definitely it will be done. But I did some junior white hat. And I jumped out of some hat and I got this certificate, and I did an abacus course, and I did this and I did that. Well, you also paid for it. Whereas if I ask you for 100 rupees more in the fees, you will go immediately to the press. Okay? Now, that's the kind of distinctions that we have, and which therefore we have to be extremely, extremely cautious about. And so, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, and you will be happy to know that it's even before the 15 minutes, I think, is it? In order to conclude, bring back the values, not of the past, because we can't go to the past, but bring back what you want your children to truly be. Do you want them to look after people? I repeat myself, to be good sons, good husbands, to take care of the elderly, to be able to have good relationships with their partners, to be good fathers and mothers. And if you want that, allow them to make their mistakes. Don't lead their life for them. Don't be those helicopter mothers that people talk about. Okay? Let them do their own thing. And what problem is there if a child does not get that so-called 70 or 90? Are you going to love him any less? You will love that child as much. Think of the families you know where there is a child who is mentally challenged. The child is loved, and loved beyond measure. Why is it that in the so-called normal homes, we have expectations which are completely impossible to be able to fulfill? Why? Because we must achieve. The two words which I had selected was confused or empowered. What do you want them to be? Think about this as you go home, and if your kids are small, give them an extra hug tonight and tell them that you love them anyway. Thank you.